So I'm a financial planner, and I also work in general financial planning, and part of, my nature is to plan, is to, to create a plan for people. And in order to have a plan or a goal, that's very difficult for people. And I think it's even more difficult at a period in people's lives where everything feels kind of up in the air and we don't know what's going to happen, and they feel very sort of like stuck in that moment. But for me, it makes it very hard to, well, how are we going to create a plan if we don't know, if I don't have any feedback from you? Yeah. So just one thing I want to, my advice is that can help people get sort of out of that stuck moment and to think about the future. And it doesn't have to be an end-all be-all, but just to start thinking of some possibility, not necessarily financial goal, but financial possibilities for the future, is to think about a 5-year time frame. And so I've heard this called the airport test. If you ran into someone that you don't know that well 5 years from now, like at the airport, and what would it, and they said, how are you? And you said, I'm great. Things are going great. And they said, oh, really? What's happening? And so, think of, what would you say? So like for, how old would you be? How old would your kids be? Where would you be living? Where would you be working? Would you be retired? Sort of thinking about sort of those key parts of your life. And it doesn't have to be a final decision, but just having some vision of like, okay, after the divorce, what am I going to do? Where am I going to live? What's going to happen? It helps so much to look at different financial scenarios, to make a plan for the future. And like I said, it doesn't, we can compare multiple scenarios, but if multiple ideas for, oh, well, maybe I'm going to move to Florida, or maybe I'm going to sell our house when a kid graduates from college, or all those sorts of different ideas. But just having an idea can be very difficult to think about, and I think that 5-year time frame makes it a little easier and more real than like retirement, which just seems so far away and sort of nebulous. So that's something I wanted to put out there to the group.